What's crackling, everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list. For each episode, we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker, and this episode we're going to be doing Elf on the Shelf Vanilla Candy Cane Cookie with marshmallows. Now, looking at the list is not a lot to really compare that to because there's a lot going on in that title there. We did do mint chocolate drumsticks, which is like candy cane and mint, like peppermint mint. That's sort of close, maybe. Like, and that was an E. So like that's not great. Vanilla things are usually whatever. We did a cookie one with like sugar cookie toast crunch. That was also an E. So like, I'm not 100% certain I'm gonna actually like this, but it's a unique enough thing that I felt I had to try it. Let's just check it out. Let's see what the elf has got in store for us. The bag doesn't start till like here. Okay, don't know why it's a family size box. Like normally the bag's like at least to this part, right? Let's ship it out. Obviously, my scent might be a little off right now because there's some stuff going on around my nose area. But definitely sort of getting that peppermint sort of thing. It's not like a pure peppermint, which I think is probably good. But yeah, it's definitely there. And these are the marshmallows. Very tiny, and kind of actually like the last one. Similar colors and stuff, so it sort of blends in a bit. More so, though, I guess, because they're so small, and it's pretty much all just red and white. Alright, here we go. I have no idea if there's a marshmallow in there. Okay. I think I thought it was going to be worse than it is. Actually, not too bad. I think the vanilla cookie part is kind of helping to tone down some of the candy cane flavor. So like I'm not saying this is like great, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, just tested it out. There's tiny little marshmallow things that kind of look like, oh, it's a good one. That red and white sort of looks like a toothpaste color. That is where you're getting most of that peppermint flavor. So maybe that's why it kind of gets drowned out, which would be the first time where I'm kind of glad the marshmallows aren't very big and there doesn't seem to be a lot of them. So for once, that's a positive. By themselves, these star-shaped pieces, totally just kind of fine. Like, they don't have a lot of that vanilla and cookie flavor that I originally thought maybe that's why we weren't getting much candy cane, but they don't have a ton of that. Like, it's almost just like a sweeter version of a Lucky Charms piece, which seems like really oversimplification of it. Like, there's definitely more flavor here than you'd find in one of those, but that's just sort of the vibe that it's giving me. So this is just a weird cereal all around. Actually, now that I'm kind of like thinking about it more as I'm going, it's almost sort of a Lucky Charm piece combined with a very soggified Fruit Loops piece. It's kind of like in the middle of that almost. It's definitely not the like vanilla cookie flavor that the sugar cookie toast crunch was. It's not close to that. There's definitely way less happening. Yeah, I still can't fully place it, but it's somewhere in that spectrum, I think. All right, kind of worried, but let's check out the milk. It's definitely got a bit of pinkish hue to it, obviously. But see if I can do this without getting hairspray in my mouth. Okay. It's definitely weaker candy cane flavor. I don't know. I think if the pieces taste a bit more overall like this, it would be a little better. It's still not, high tiered in taste, but it's a little better. Yeah, I think my biggest win with the milk is that it's not as powerfully peppermint as these marshmallows. I'd still say it's not as bad as I expected, but it's not much better than that. So this is one of those cereals where I think the biggest pro for it is that it's unique and like its own thing. Don't think there's another vanilla candy cane cookie with marshmallows flavor. Like individually, sure, vanilla cookie, yeah, that's shown up before. Candy cane though, even just by itself, that's a, I was gonna say standout, but that seems positive. Yeah, the candy cane is the most special part of this, I guess, and it's not really what I want from cereal. So, not too much of a surprise here, but Elf on the Shelf vanilla candy cane cookie marshmallows is gonna get an E. Again, thought it was gonna be worse than it was. The pieces, I think, them being so mellow helped it not, I don't know, feel like too much of just a cacophony in my mouth. But even then, those were just kind of acceptable, I guess. But those marshmallows and the candy cane flavor really just kind of throw off the whole thing. And they're small enough, too, that you don't always know you're going to have one. So sometimes it's kind of like a surprise of like, oh, peppermint in this bite. So that wasn't great. Don't want a surprise like that while I'm eating. But maybe that's why most cereals don't put any sort of mint or peppermint flavor in their cereal. Just a thought. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if for some reason you also picked up this Elf on the Shelf vanilla candy cane cookie with marshmallows cereal. I kind of hope you didn't, because you'd be like, oh, that doesn't seem like a good idea, because that would be mostly correct. But maybe if you did and you tried it, let me know. If you're super into peppermint and this was like totally your thing, happy for you, let me know about that. It's kind of a different take from what I have, but be curious to hear, if anyone does feel that way. But until next time, stay jolly.